Think differently. Is normal new or is it next? As we transition from a lingering pandemic to what lies ahead, what will your thought process be? Are you ready to think differently, ask the right questions, and solve the right problems? The number one leadership capability desired by companies worldwide is creative thinking. A novel approach to this challenge, design thinking, is developing new neural pathways for those who want the life they dream about, ache for, and are relentlessly searching to find. The design thinking approach loosely follows a 4-step process that involves observing a problem, reframing it, designing solutions, and testing them, all with the end goal of improving how humans experience a product or service. So the steps. Step 1, observe what's happening and the outcomes. Don't take things at face value. Step 2, look at the problem from multiple vantage points using different lenses to identify the best approach to solving that problem, sometimes known as issue processing, and ask those questions no one else is asking. Step 3, brainstorm rigorously. This is truly the heart and soul of the design thinking process. Focus on quantity building on one another's ideas and encouraging outlandish suggestions. Design those viable solutions. Use the term, how might we, to generate the thought process. Step 4, it's okay to fail and learn from one's mistakes. Ability and skill, thinking differently, evolves from practice. So go ahead and test your solution. Think differently and reap the rewards. Small, vetted design thinking groups, specifically composed of others who are at a similar stage of life and career, inspire human courage and confident strategic next steps for authoring your life and your career. These are real people with real stories. They are brave, confident leaders who are changing the world. Is it time for you to start thinking differently, direct your career and your story? You're familiar with the term PS in a letter, a note, a greeting card. This is my PS to you. It's time to forgo life's frustrations, reduce career stalls, and live the life that you narrate, one that's fulfilling and happy. Start by taking stock and think about what you've learned about yourself. Next, imagine the future by brainstorming about what matters most to you. Find where you want to be, zeroing in on the type of work you want to do and the right corporate culture in which to fulfill your vision. Keep in mind that there are 3 distinct phases in your career. The launch, starting your career in the early 20s and 30s. The mid-career marathon, sustaining focus in your 30s and 40s. And the executive transition, taking on the senior leadership role in your 40s, 50s, and yes, beyond. The key to advancing through the phases is based on better business decisions and life decisions. It is in how we think. We only use 5% of our thinking every day for results that we want and deserve. Rarely do we look deep into the subconscious for why we make the decisions that we do. Now there's a process for unpacking tough decisions, and it's also that critical skill for becoming a senior leader or an entrepreneur. It is design thinking. It's time to be the CEO of your life and think differently. Now let's start to think differently. Now is the time, and this is the place, to apply it to you and to your team.